Click the bell, turn on all notifications, and subscribe for around-the-clock WWE news in real time. The home of the most consistent and dedicated breaking news in WWE, Seanzviewent, is here for you. Like, comment, and share today.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is morning again. It is a refresh. It is a restart. It is time to, well, as the WWE did, sadly, unfortunately, and untimely, the WWE obviously trimmed the fat from the roster of WWE. The WWE went to insane levels, insanity, even for World Wrestling Entertainment standards, right after WrestleMania. You thought it was bad enough that the WWE cut backstage personnel, the ones behind the scenes, the ones behind the curtain, employees were cut from the WWE. But it didn't end there, viewers, fans, and subscribers, because it got worse. It got way worse. Remember to become a channel member today to help save and secure my future on this very website. Or donate with a super thanks donation in the comment section of the video by using your credit card. But ladies and gentlemen, not 1, not 2, not 10, not 12, 15 elite, 15 top WWE stars released from the industry, from the company. Now, here's the only, if I was a millionaire, I would actually make a roster. I would actually make a company out of these 15 superstars that were released, and then I would build from there. The only good thing, again, if I was a millionaire, I don't know if you guys want to help me with donations, super chats, super thanks, becoming a channel member, help out these athletes, help out these wrestlers who are released, because now they're going to find out where their next food's going to come from, how they're going to feed their family. I would make a roster out of these 15 superstars, and I would build from there. The storylines, the character, the development, the planning, the strategizing. 15 stars that could be main eventers. 15 superstars that could go to the top of the mountain. 15 stars that could be future champions. Because that's the thing with this list of stars that have been released from the company. From Braun Strowman to Cora Jade to Gigi Dolan. You got stars of the past, you have stars of the present, and you have multiple future superstars. Cora Jade released from the industry, from the company. You could build a promotion around these 15 superstars. Believe me when I tell you, the future would absolutely be bright for each and every one of these spectacular superstars. From Braun Strowman all the way to the NXT stars that were cut and removed and that were canned from the WWE. But who is responsible? Who is responsible? Why did these cuts happen? Why did they take place? Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Remember to visit my channel hourly. So important, so crucial to visit my channel hourly as I do live videos. Live. I go live for my viewers, my fans, and my subscribers. I also give you multiple regular videos every single day. That's why it's so important to set a reminder on your cell phone right now to catch the brash and the brazen. But ladies and gentlemen, we are also receiving where we got breaking news coming in right now. Again, this is why we do all news and rumors in real time. Women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental title. The United States title will be on the line. It was supposedly going to be a triple threat match, has now turned into a fatal four-way. Jacob Fatu, champion, versus LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. Gunther versus Pat McAfee, and the undisputed WWE Championship, John Cena versus Randy Orton. Kiana Carver takes a shot at Roman Reigns after WWE releases from the company. Also, people in NXT knew that Jakara Jackson's release was coming. Good news, though, for Dakota Kai. But before we get into the good news for Dakota Kai, which I don't know how there's any good news that comes out of this, except the only good news about 15 WWE stars being released, being fired, being let go, being pink slipped from the company is this. Again, I would build a company, I would build a new promotion around these superstars. However, Dakota Kai has already gained interest of outside company top agents in the pro wrestling industry, as they expect her to have plenty of offers. What was the most shocking, though, guys? What was the most shocking? I gotta say, one of the most shocking ones to me was Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler being released from the WWE. That I did not see coming. Braun Strowman, I didn't see coming. And Braun Strowman has been on the list not once, but twice. You just made the list. What is this, Chris Jericho? You just made the list. Absolutely unbelievable. Also, ladies and gentlemen, what did you think about, we always get your review of Raw and SmackDown on the show. That's what it's all about. Your opinions, your thoughts, your vibes. It's all about you. What did you think about SmackDown last night? What was the moment? What was the match? What was the vignette? What was the mic work? What did you like about SmackDown last night? Did SmackDown keep you on the edge of your seat? And now we do things a little bit differently. We think outside the box here on the Brash and the Brazen, because what we do is we go by the weather report. Was SmackDown hot? Was it fire? Was it rainy? Was it dreary? Honestly, I couldn't really get into SmackDown because all these releases were so shocking and we're so unrelenting and we're just so over the top. I couldn't really get into SmackDown because the releases just kept getting bigger and more shocking and more unexpected as the hours went on, because Friday was all about spring cleaning for the WWE. But again, this show is about you. Without you, there is no Sean's View. What did you think about SmackDown last night? What would you rate it? What kind of stars would you give it? Were you on the edge of your seat? Was it monumental? Was it dull? Was it boring? Was it interesting? What did you think? What were your overall feelings about SmackDown last night? The blue brand on the USA Network. Did it hurt? Well, I tell you what, there's a lot of WWE superstars that are reeling, that are hurting this morning. I can assure you of that. And it is a very sad state of affairs, because for some of these guys, some of them, a select few of them, are maybe going to have to go to a different, they might have to go to a whole different, not only a different wrestling organization, they might have to choose a different career choice. They might have to go in a different direction. Their whole lives have turned now. Their whole life has went in a completely different direction that they did not anticipate, that they did not expect. So that's the variables here are ridiculous, guys. These superstars now are going to have to understand, just because you're a wrestler, just because you're in the WWE, that doesn't always mean you're secure. That doesn't always mean you're going to be good. That doesn't always mean you're going to become a millionaire. You just get that chance and you get that opportunity to say, I was a WWE superstar. There's some in the know. There's some, according to some sources, that the feeling is that some of these stars could come back, or they could go to TNA. Here's the good thing about these releases. I know, again, there's nothing good about it, but if you look in at the real picture here, they could go to AEW. They could go to TNA. They could go to ROH, NJPW. There's multiple successful indie promotions, underground promotions around the world. That's the thing about 2025. There is a lot of options for wrestling companies, for wrestling organizations. There's a lot of different avenues that these wrestlers could partake in. Make no mistake about it. But that doesn't always guarantee anything either. But just knowing that they're from the WWE and knowing that they're top stars, knowing that they have been regulated to being released from the WWE is definitely a very sad state of affairs. But let's get into the news, the rumors, and headlines that you've come to anticipate and expect from the Brash and the Brazen. Because now, in real time, Javier Bernal has been released from WWE. Yes, indeed, another release. Ora Mensah released from WWE. R-Truth showed signs of a heel turn on SmackDown, and there's been rumors and speculation that R-Truth is going to help John Cena retain the WWE title at Backlash. Remember, guys, you cannot shut my episode off in the first 2 to 5 minutes, because if you shut my episode off in the first 2 to 5 minutes, you will miss all the crucial developments, all the big updates, all the breaking news as the video happens, because we're giving you all the news in real time. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, with Braun Strowman, Cora Jade, Shayna Baszler, and more getting their WWE release, to Katana Chance, to Caden Carter, Cora Jade, Shayna Baszler, Eddie Thorpe, Gigi Dolan, Dakota Kai, Riley Osborne, Jakara Jackson, Joe Coffey, Mark Coffey, Wolfgang, Oro Mensah, and Javier Bernal. Some of these release names have already issued statements on their departure from World Wrestling Entertainment. 15 years of hard work and true sacrifice to make it to the WWE. Always give it my 110%. Always been and always gonna be that mother effing action. Gigi Dolan says, officially to work in 30 days. So some have this non-complete clause where it's 30 days. Some have it 90 days. Again, your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on this entire sequence of events. Did you think this was going to happen yesterday? Did you see this going down? Now, we know every year the WWE does some spring cleaning. But this, again, over the edge, over the top, absolutely insanity by the WWE. Now, what role does the game Triple H have in this? Well, according to sources, according to those in the know, according to Ringside News and multiple other outlets, if Triple H wants you there and he has a direction for you and creative for you and he has a plan for you, you're going to be there. You're going to stay there. Triple H says you will stay there. You will be there. So for those of them, those superstars that are not there, obviously Triple H didn't want them there because, again, according to the source, if the game Triple H wants you there, you will be there. And that's fair. So do you blame Triple H? Do you blame the higher-ups? Triple H has taken more of a prominent spot ever since the absence of Vince McMahon. Some are calling now for Vince McMahon to return to the WWE after this. So a lot of intangibles, a lot of fire going into this, viewers, fans, and subscribers, as you can imagine. But believe me, if it weren't for you, there would be no Seanzview. We come through and the lights are on bright. Remember to subscribe, like, plenty more to come. There are more releases. That, by the way, there is more to come, sadly and unfortunately. Later.